today, this Monday, with the Soul Liberation Station here on Facebook Live, and we're going to roll forward. We had a conversation last week about the internet and its impact on our people, and how it is or is not being used to heal, empower, and inform our people. This time, we're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about music and how it is either healing or hurting our people, especially our young people. We're going to talk about involved in the movement to deal with the fact that there's so many bad things going across the radio. Not letting no, actually, that's you on another station, and it's jumping between images. Now it's showing me. I didn't know whether or not it would show well on Zoom and Facebook, but in fact, I got the camera kind of pointed away from. Let's move this over a little bit so we can get that image in. I'm gonna check that image and move it so that it has just you on it, and that's what I'm having a hard time doing. It's with the okay, and I'm not sure. I'm using almost all different devices today, and so your image is
It has a picture of my good brother, my father, roommate.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, but yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know if he had, but I'm gonna picture.
Well, actually, yeah, I got the live Zoom on the other channel. It's just that it didn't let me shift to make you a bigger image, and not to mention the fact that it's not coming through clear anyway. So we're not gonna worry about that.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure this is film.
Right.
And not me, that's all. I ain't no trouble now. But yeah,
All right.
so the music.
Mhm.
I've been doing that since 1979.
Right.
And the thing for this year's Black Music Month is acknowledging power and influence so powerful. You can go back to the days of Strange Fruit from Billie Holiday.
Right.
You can go back to James Brown, Saying It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, and so many other songs. My wife's and Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Earth and Fire.
Yeah.
Do you hear echo?
I do not. You sound clear.
Okay, all right, good. Stevie Wonder and so many others. That is kicking out, that is uplifting, that is powerful, that influences people.
Yeah.
But it also is an influence to, I talked to the sister, Perry Small, and so many others have said the same thing, talk show host of WBLN.
Yes,
and she always talks about how the Isaac Brothers and music like that, the love soul music, would encourage us to create life.
Mm-hmm.
And, one of the things that Baby made of music, you could probably, get us some young folks, you may have been probably made to this song or whatever.
Right.
So if music can influence us to be powerful enough to help generate life, it can also be powerful enough to help us take life.
Absolutely.
And so right now, what the music is doing and how it's being pushed to the masses of our people, because again, like we said earlier, there's still artists out here making conscious music, making loving music.
Right.
But all that gets played, all that gets promoted, pretty much, is music that is demeaning, great. And we've been doing a survey asking, it was at a store I was at yesterday, asking him, give me a percentage of music that he and his peers listen to and drop in. And he was like 90, 80, and he said about 50. Versus us to shoot and kill each other. But sometimes I'll get numbers where it's like 95, 90% still shoot and kill each other.
Right.
And it's out of control. It's totally out of control.
Yeah.
So we see all these mass shootings as we're here on Monday, June 6th, Black Music Month, 2020. Right. As we think about that, we need to look at how there were so many mass shootings and people who died at mass shootings just this past weekend. If you just look at Chattanooga, Tennessee. Right. If you put it out in Pennsylvania, it took place in those two cities. Yes. Just mass shootings last month. And about the mass shooting that took place, of course, in Texas last month. Absolutely. But in most of the mass shootings that are occurring currently right now, most of this fratricide that is occurring in the West, most of the killings are people who. And we say one of the main things that's influencing these mass shootings is this music. And not just them encouraging us to shoot and kill each other in songs, but the fact that in so many of these songs they drop in bombs on us. Yeah. And I don't use that word, but it's spelled Nigger. Some people spell it with an A. I think that's going to make it not offensive, but it is still offensive.
Let me stop you and ask this question.
Let me just finish last week.
Well, this is just to get some clarity. You mentioned a moment ago about many of these folk who are being shot at us. And I know that's generally the image in some of our urban areas. But when it comes to mass shootings, it's not us. Would you agree with that?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
Because they define mass shootings as shootings before or getting killed. Okay. And I didn't think Tulsa was hurting, so he was looking for his doctor and shot those people in the hospital in Tulsa.
Right. Yeah.
I think that was an African dude too.
He was.
So but I hear you in terms of historically, it had not been us. The main thing that's programming us to do it is the music. Okay. And people say the video games, that plays a role too. But the main thing that's been programming us to do it that's on constant, nonstop, 24/7, especially in these containment areas in the cities where Africans are struggling to survive in the U.S., is this music. Back on these radio stations. Yeah. And it has to stop.
So, I mean, is there anything good that we're getting from it?
From these radio stations, music that they program us?
Right. Station.
The categories I'm talking about, category radio stations I'm talking about, are in rap radio stations. Right. And there's even a genre of radio stations now that play the classic rap. And on these classic rap stations, we very seldom hear the conscious golden age rap. We hear the recirculated 90s and sometimes early 2000s killer rappers out then when they took over the golden age. So it's really sad. We never hear any slow jam, any other type of music, as if our people, our children, don't appreciate the full spectrum of our music, black music.
Kind of music. Our children are not listening to those more or less toxic stations.
Yeah, we're not. They don't talk to us, and so we've been inundated with this crowd where it's like it's out of control. And as you know, like we all know, and people that try to argue with us that nobody listens to the radio anymore. That's not true.
Oh no, that's absolutely not true. Yes,
they do. It's not as much, of course, because there's so many options. However, one thing about the radio and these broadcast radios, they're being played on your block twice. Turn around, look like the world ended. Come back around, look like the world ended. Or nobody gonna say nothing. Well, everybody get it. But massive people are listening to this on the radio, and everybody's hearing. There's so many people hearing it at the same time.
Right. You're gonna have to leave in a few minutes, so I'm gonna definitely provide an opportunity for folks to call in to engage you in conversation. So if you want to call in, my phone number is 317 Soul Liberation Station. Again, our purpose is still the same: to heal, empower, and inform the Black community. And I guess Liberated Today is Brother Kwame and I are super interested in it, so that the music is a major factor in why that is happening. We want to hear from you. 317-79. So we'll have you on, but we'll try to get you off quick. But we do want you to call in. If you would be live on Zoom, you can tap in there. If you want to leave a comment or place a comment on our this particular show, that's on my Facebook page. And if you want to put a comment in there and the live, presentation itself, you can go ahead and put a comment in there. We want to make sure we don't miss anything that you want to share. Right now, it is 28 minutes after the hour, and we want to tap into you. We want you to share your thoughts, your comments. So do that for me, especially while Brother Kwabena is with us. He's going to have to leave, like I said, in just a few minutes. And if you have any thoughts or comments or questions, please go ahead and reach out right now, because we don't want to miss it. And we want to share your thoughts. We want to have your thoughts shared, especially while Brother Kwabena is here. That's on the radio. Are you aware that on some stations, they're really playing not just the music with beats, but music with the graphic language? And just to be sure, am I right about that, Brother Kwabena?
Yeah, they try to edit it out. And I'll give an example. Several years students. How many of you all listen to music that's edited? And half of them raise their hand. So how many of y'all listen to the music unedited? And the other half, as they were raising their hand, one sister blurted out, "It doesn't matter. We can read between the lines." Wow. And so if they use F words, sometimes they'll take one of the C's out. So just take it. Right. Take the C out. And so it's just the edits are weak. They're horrible, and you can really easily hear. A lot of times you hear N-bomb drops. You hear the B word dropped a lot of times. And when they talk about murder and shooting people, a lot of times, those aren't one of the 7 words. Right. So they'll just say those words. Like there was a song that was time last. I ain't got nowhere to go. I didn't shot up everywhere they will. They play that blatantly on the radio. Every once in a while, there'll be a time where they'll take the shot out of there. Then listen to it again, like I listened to recently. I heard I got nowhere to go. I didn't shut up everywhere they was. And brother, everywhere they was is where our children are. Right. It's where our grandparents are. Yeah. It's in that word is Trump.
Yeah.
In his music. And it's the most despicable, disgusting, dangerous word in the history of English for any other language, especially if you're an African.
Right. And the interesting thing is they wouldn't tolerate it. If there was some indication or confusion about whether or not this is about a group of people, but we seem to accept it, and it blows my mind. And especially when we see the killings in our own community, and we talk about something needs to be done. We have press conferences, we have prayer vigils, and we do all these kinds of things, but we are not willing to do the hard work of of rather controlling. I'll use that word control people and our children in particular, and we're not willing to go out and engage with young brothers and sisters in the community and let them know that we're there to protect them. We're there to encourage them and uplift them. We've been at this, brother.
I've been at this since the 90s, bro.
That's what I thought.
Since the 90s. And kind of got back into it real heavy in early 2000, mid 2000, first days.
Right.
But since the 90s, I was a student at Southern University. I did a music column, a weekly wrap up. Matter of fact, it's the same name as my radio show we do today, my conscious hip hop and classic function.
Right.
Called Weekly Wrap Up. But that was the name of a music column at Southern University. Discussing, getting busy with the sister. She gets shot in the head.
Yeah.
Like, what is that golden age? And the more emphasis on this ratchet killer music and those who control. So, hey, we can use this for their detriment. We can use this as a weapon against them.
Right.
And that's been happening, since the days of NWA. And it was battling the conscious but then it's getting worse. And one of the ways we can see how it's getting worse is what we just said. Europeans were mostly known for the shootings. And now there's so many Africans doing it. And because we've been programmed to do it. Steve did the song Hot N-I-G-G-A, which was a song about shooting and killing people.
Yeah.
A song which he told on himself, so he had to do 7 years in prison. So our children were listening to this crap. There was a song out right after that, right around the same. Wow. I'm a Nazi. I hate ants. And this song was out 2015, maybe 16. Again, play it all the time. Our youth are hearing it. So as they get older and older, keep on hearing that crap. Now they're acting it out. Exactly. Now our sisters are getting carjacked in Milwaukee. We're spraying blocks. Somebody disrespects us, and think disrespects us, or says something, looks at us wrong. Now, not only shooting him, but shooting the whole block. Right. So it's getting worse. We're seeing the results of it. It's a whole mental health issue. Our brother Mendon, with his excellent books, he talks about how the brain damage this is doing to our children, to our youth. Our brains aren't fully developed until we're 25. Right. And to constantly hear this genre of music telling you to kill each other and GNs and me mugging you, just not women, it affects the brain. Yeah. And we're seeing the results of that now. So we have a lot of work to do in terms of, first of all, getting it off. And, so we have this initiative on gathering with you and dealing with these codes of behavior, talking about work ethic and how good it is to work. Talking about how, your mother's going to automatically love you, but don't let your mother love you simply because you're her son or you're her daughter. Give them a reason why to love you and care for you and look out for you. But beyond that, beyond that.
Absolutely. Then again, this is Soul Liberation Station. We have Brother Kwabena Razuli as our guest liberator. We're talking about the music that's impacting the minds of our children and our people in general. And we see that things have gotten worse through the years. And this constant barrage of music that demeans us, demeans our women, that calls us to violence and substance abuse is getting worse. And we seem not to care. And in fact, a lot of the grown folk are the ones, quote unquote, bumping the music with their children right there in the car or in their presence. And I'm sure that in itself gives license to a lot of the violence and a lot of the vulgarities that we see represented among our people. I want you to call in real quick. Brother Kwabena has got to go, and I'm hoping you'll call in before he leaves or text your message to us on Facebook. It's 317-798-4085. If you call in the next minute or two, you can probably get it 798-4085. 317-798-4085. 4085. We got one phone line. Why? Why is there no outrage? And so I'm gonna ask you that, Brother Kwame. Why do you think there's no about the ways in which the music is impacting the minds of our people and our children?
The outrage not range is very limited. We have a group called Clear the Airways Project.
Okay.
We've been working for a while to address this. There's also CELO-CAP, committed to eliminate media offensive to African people. There's also Raising Against the Rats down in Philly.
Right.
And we've done some things with some city councils, also with FCC.
Right.
So the National Black Leadership Alliance by Shirley Chisholm, Cesar Lawrence Tucker.
Yeah.
And that organization now, Dr. Faye Williams is in charge.
Good.
And she's been very supportive and very also into dealing with this issue. But we have to put more energy into it. It's an obvious piece when we present and talk about this.
Right.
Most of the times we get pushback from the adults.
Yeah.
We rarely get pushback from the youth, the children, because they understand. Even if they come to the music, they say, "Yeah, this stuff is crazy. I don't understand how this on the radio.
Right.
I can't believe we made a song." They force fed that man. So now it's like normal. It's been normalized.
Yeah.
To hate yourself and hate your people and to refer our sisters as bees and nations.
Right.
And to denigrate our women and to talk about killing us.
Yeah.
Constantly in your music, bro.
Yeah.
And people are, I look at the New York and we find out his son works for Jay-Z. Jay-Z got rich making songs about killing ends.
Right.
It's a full-time job, not to kill ends, as you say. And so now, this mayor comes to Chicago where drill music originated, speaks to Mayor Lightfoot about the violence in the community and the city. They go to our press conference and say nothing about the music.
Wow.
Then I go to the radio and I'm hearing a song called Poppin' Peas. Now, this is interesting. Poppin' Peas is a song by Gunna, Future. Okay. And this song was on the radio all throughout the country, constantly, 24/7. The rapper Future says on the second line of the song, "I got new hammers for my peace. We don't want no peace."
Wow.
This was on Saturday Night Live. He performed this on Saturday Night Live. And that's something like Gunna and Young Thug, they're now locked up on the RICO charges.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're locked now on RICO charges in Atlanta.
Yeah.
For, a lot of times when stuff that they do in their songs, like my brother Scotty Reed from the Black Talk Media Network, he shared that these so-called mixtapes a lot of times are really confession tapes. They're making some of the crimes and the murder that take place. And now they're copping up. You just told on yourself. You were your what is that? Your chief witness against your own self in your song.
Right.
MF Dylan and his other brother had a song about that. That was fantastic.
Wow.
You're the chief witness against yourself because of what you. And so again, I'm talking about some of my comrades in the struggle. I'm just in our recruitment. He mentioned how the Meek Mills, the Jay-Z's, Fat Joe, E. Kelly, talking with these prosecutors, government. Why don't you talk to the rappers and tell them to stop making songs about shooting, killing people? Do that.
Wow. I've heard rappers say that they can't get distribution very often if they don't have that kind of music, that kind of vulgarities in their music.
That is so right.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we also have, man, look at like the rest of the fellow, our brother's speech. The first album with People Every Day and all that Tennessee,
right.
They made the record companies buku money. So the second album came out, was even more conscious than the first album, and they didn't push it.
Right.
I thought it was a better album. Even the first time it was cool album, had more songs, just made it out. And even today, where the rappers are told, that no, you got to put stuff in there about shooting, killing people, or ratchet crap. Yeah. And so that's why when we deal with this issue, and we point out these rappers and some of the names, we don't point out a lot of them, there's so many of them, but we got to understand who the puppet masters are. Put the oppression off the hood, that's your first mistake. Yeah. That's the first mistake. These record companies are beast. They hate our people. It's obvious from the content that they put out. They hate our people. And sometimes it goes to us. Like they song about killing entire families and hating ends. She's a Nazi. And they had her performing at the Essence. The BET, not the BET Awards, he never actually, we know they're actually. NAACP Image Awards in Buffalo. I'm in at the store where your mammy and grandmama shop at. Not your mama, but where your mammy and grandmama shop at. Nominated stuff like that. The Grammys nominated them for awards, hip hop awards.
In a way, I feel a little bit guilty because I'm unaware of the lyrics that are in the music, and I feel like I should, but also at the same time, it's almost like it's presented in a way and um, I guess you could say put in the places generally where young people are going to get it. But like you said, it's been in the Essence Award, it's been in all these other awards, and I just didn't hear it. I haven't heard it, or maybe I'm desensitized to it also. And let me point out this: you use the word African, and I don't want people to be confused about what you're saying. When you say African, you're talking about black. All right now. All right. Mhm. So how much time? How much longer can we hold you, bro?
Oh, I'm gonna grab my phone and then make all my destinations. I'm gonna be with you on the phone.
Okay, awesome.
I need to get over there, but I do not. I'm gonna stay with you in this conversation.
Yeah.
Also, check out our website. Anyways, to this, we say that the alternative is already there, so we're bringing together a collective of artists, not just music artists, but visual artists, poets, painters, sculptors, whatever, that whose music, who's dedicated in the music to create content that does not mean to liberate our people and content that uplifts. So that's a community alternative. So we're working on some things because our music is culture, and it's probably one of the most important aspects of our culture is our music. And for the majority of the music that our children listen to, that our people, so much of that music is telling us that we're ends, that our grandmamas and our little daughters will run around our P's and H's, and that we should shoot and kill each other. Come on,
we're playing it at our parties in our homes, in many public places. It's not about the radio station playing it; it's us that's playing it and popularizing it in our cars, and all these kinds of things. And we are, I'll use this word, polluting our own public with this kind of music that's harming our own people. So as you are prepared to continue to travel and be with us on Zoom, I want you all to call in. This is Brother Kwabenar Razuli, who is our guest liberator today for Soul Liberation Radio, and he wants to remind you to turn it off. What does that say?
It's National Black Leadership campaign called Turn It Off.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag Turn It Off. Turn off any source of music with lyrics that the meaning between our women.
Absolutely.
Any source of music that calls for campaign that even says that. But that's where we are.
Yeah. So, brother, for a long time, but they have kicked this war to a whole nother level, not just with the music, but with the politics, with the quote unquote justice system, with the ways in which those who are trying to do positive things are under attack themselves, and almost presented as the enemy when they are the ones who have been fighting for our people. And I'm talking particularly because no institution has done more to heal and empower Black folk through the years than the Black church. And so over the last few years, a lot of this music that we're talking about also presents themes that would indicate that pastors, that we are the problem, church is the problem, and I'm spiritual, right? I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious, and we cut ourselves to hold on to nothing to have as a fallback. So Brother Kwabenar is going to continue with this as he travels. We want you to call in because we want to hear your comments. Again, I know this is a new process. We're not on radio, and we're now just on YouTube and Facebook Live, but we still want you to call in. Phone number is 317-798-4085. 317-798-4085. Call us and call today. We haven't had any calls. I think last week we had one call. We want you to call in because, again, we also have chat on YouTube. You can chat with us right now. You can chat live through the YouTube channel that's live right now. And you can text us here on Facebook if you have a comment, a question, or even if you just want to say, hey, I agree. We want to hear what your thoughts are as we share this information. And also as we continue to transform Soul Liberation Radio into Soul Liberation Station and make the move, me personally, from America to Africa. I'll be living in Mutare, Zimbabwe. I got my plane ticket. I'm flying out, y'all. I'm flying out on August 8th to Zimbabwe. And we will continue this show in Zimbabwe at this exact same time. 12 o'clock here in India and in Zimbabwe. So we are going to strengthen the link between our people via this program. And there are a couple of other networks that we're looking at that we believe will be on real soon. And as I get the details for that, and we solidify those two relationships, so we'll have a number of means by which you can hear us. and expand the show. And we want to really build my YouTube channel. I'm encouraging you to do that. The link is right there on our Facebook page if you're there. And you can listen. We want to hear from you. Go ahead and send us a text, send us call in on the phone, or chat with me 317-798-4085. It is now 50 minutes after the hour. Brother Quab and I will be continue to be with us on Zoom. He's with me on Zoom right now, and we want to hear from you in these next 10 minutes because we're gonna end it at 1 o'clock. All right. Well, we're waiting for him to say that the struggle, the challenge is too great, so much so that we don't engage or involve ourselves in some way or another. We have surrendered to our that American Black folk and American Black folk are more at threat than Black people in other parts of the world. American Black folk are more at threat, especially when we're talking about this media, when we're talking about the politics, when we're talking about how we're still locked up in disproportionate number, infected with HIV. And we know that COVID hit us pretty hard throughout these last couple of years, this COVID crisis. So we got a lot of things facing us. Brother Quabbin, would you agree with my statement that Black folk in America are at threat more so than African people on the continent? Okay, now you're off. I knew you were on a second ago. There you go. Okay. Yep, you're on now. Thank you. Yeah.
Several years ago, I got so many people. There are threats wherever we are as a people because we're oppressed all around this world.
Right.
So that's why it's important that we unite and become Pan-Africanists. Like Malcolm said, once we get respect and power and unite, we'll be like the Chinese world, but now united them. And so like they are now.
Yeah.
And so that's so very important. I want to go back to what you said about, Zimbabwe and continue this process and talk about your homegirl, Deidre Fair. You know her mother, Mrs. Fair.
Yeah.
And when we were part of NESB, Deidre was working. She was our international chairperson.
Okay.
We was going over to Ghana to work for a while. And Deidre was talking about she got up there and I help you out when I came here in the U.S.
Right.
This is what this is about. And she did get the position, and we started doing all that. But Pan-Africanism is so important when it comes to all that. And if you all else, I mean, we have to understand the importance of us uniting. When it comes to uniting for reasons of protecting our people.
Yeah.
Unite, we're simple. We have to unite. So when you also mentioned the church, brother, we took like trying to get a meeting with church group in Gary, Indiana, concerning this meeting.
Right.
3 years. And we never got a meeting under Pastor Gardner.
Okay.
Because this thing is Pastor Gardner, one of the main people who was trying to stop our Malcolm X Street.
Really?
And we finally got after 20 years. So he was trying to stop that.
Yeah.
And so but when we finally got the meeting with them, the only question they asked us after the meeting, what church do you go to? That's the only question they asked us. Not how we only question they asked me was, what church do you go to? I'm so disappointed.
That's unfortunate, and I'm sad to hear that, and I would agree that there's so many churches and pastors who have with that, but at the same time, many of them are I won't say indifferent, but they don't seem to reflect an opinion one way or the other. A lot of their members are concerned, right, and they'll raise questions and support what I'm doing. But there are also so many who I know, both in Indianapolis, there are a couple of there in Gary, and certainly pastors all over the country who are shown up, active in those things that will heal, empower, and inform us as Black folk. I mean, seriously so. We celebrate in a lot of these ministerial networks, and they're not doing what's good for our people.
Yeah, and when you think about them, this can stop. All this very blasphemous, ridiculous song. And I said, oh no, this is going to help them because once the preachers get a hold of this, they're going to put a stop to this. Mm-hmm. Man, they did not. Yeah. They did not. I said, we can't put it out there when we first challenge them. Mm-hmm. And by me building up, everybody's quiet. Yeah. So there's a song called Forgive, Sanctified, Blessed, God. They had that song I was called I'm a God in the hood. Check that out. My chapter, they did on the radio. Wow.
And man, and again, I didn't know about it. I haven't heard about it. And I'm willing to bet that many ministers, many pastors are unaware of it. Now, I will say this. The seminary I graduated from, Gammon Theological Seminary at the Interdenominational Theological Center in Atlanta, Georgia, is very aware. Have you had any interactions with ITC Gammon or any other the seminaries there at ITC? Brother Kwabena?
Any interactions with them?
Right. Any of the or the Interdenominational Theological Center is located in. Yeah. Let's work together because you need to make a contact. You need to make a connection. Go ahead, Brother Kwabena.
No, I agree with you. Just make it happen. It's so very important that we do this.
Yes. We will, because ITC. So we need to make sure that I will make sure. Let me rephrase that, because I'm making a personal commitment to make that connection with the ITC, with Black Methodists for Church Renewal. That's our, I guess you can say, to do things in more positive. From a more positive perspective, one of the things that AME Church is committed to.
Okay, brother, let's do that. Let's make that happen.
Yes, sir. All right, it's 58 minutes after the hour. So, Brother Kwabena, again, if you can give us contact information, and I will. Your voice is coming a little bit gerbil captioning so that you can hear it more clearly. But what's the contact information?
The contact, you take us out as clear. Airways
at gmail.com, right?
Yes.
All right. So, brothers and sisters, let's be sure to tap in to what Brother Kwabena has been doing over the years and this great movement to make us aware, of what's going on. I know I've had you on at the Soul Liberation
Church. Okay. Soul Liberation.
Right. I don't know if I have a chance to do it before I leave, but nevertheless, I will. I promise that we're going to connect you to the ITC, the Interdenominational Theological Center. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll work together on those stations. My brother, thanks again for being with us. Our guest. Thank you, sir. Right on. Peace and love to you. Our guest liberator today was Kwabena Razuli. This is our fourth Soul Liberation Station show. Undisclosed location, but we're going to continue to do this show wherever we are, not just during the time that I'm still here in the States, but even after, when we get to Zimbabwe, we'll continue to do this show at this time, and we're trying to grow this audience. So the more you share this information, the more that you talk about what we talk about. This was a very important conversation that we had today. And I'm not sure how many of us are really hearing what's being said about the music that's impacting the minds of our young people. And it is shocking. I mean, it really is shocking. And some of you know it, but you just kind of have almost set this as the norm. So we need to work. We need to work on ourselves. We need to heal ourselves. And that's going to be a big part of it. Peace, brothers and sisters. Thanks so much for being with us. I've been improve this ideation, this form, this Soul Liberation Station. I'm certainly willing to hear your comments. You can type them in your Facebook, in our Facebook post. And I believe even after we are not live, I believe you can still, well, no, maybe you can't put something in the chat on YouTube. I'm not sure about that. But nevertheless, thanks so much for being here. Peace. We'll be back.